Hi everyone, Dr. Nemechek here, and time for another week in review for the week of August 25th, 2025. And first we'll start off, an 8-year-old boy was seen this week. He started the protocol when he was 3, back July 2020, good while ago. Autistic, nonverbal, poor eye contact, just kind of a mess. So they start fish oil, olive oil, inulin at 1/8 teaspoon a day. Didn't do much, so the parents bumped it up to 1/4 teaspoon. Amazing gains. So he's doing, we have improved eye contact, starting to use sentences now, kind of intentional. But he gets COVID and plateaus in 2021. We were seeing tons of that back then. And so instead of, they went on and started homeopathy, did that for 2 years. That didn't do much, came back, saw me in September 2023. They started monthly rifaximin on their own for about a year, and then they came and saw me in September 2024, where I put him on continuous rifaximin. So he's been on the protocol 4 years. From the initial gains of eye contact and some simple sentences, there have been minimal gains, actually. He's still very restless. He can only follow kind of 2-step commands somewhat. Speech is still pretty limited. Had a lot of aggression. That finally got better after we had a couple of dental extractions done. Now, the big problem in this case is just, for example, in the last 6 months, the parents haven't given him rifaximin for 3 months. And, well, of course you aren't going to be doing better. If you've got overgrowth running out of control. So, it's a difficult case. The dad wants to do the rifaximin. The mom's kind of concerned about rifaximin. And so, at this point, my hands are tied. I just try to be supportive and provide him a little more education, give him the old attaboy. But we'll see. Hopefully we can get him on continuous and get him out of this. Next case, 6-year-old female. She had started the protocol in July 2022 when she was 3. So she has autism, one-word responses, very aggressive towards her sister, just constant toe walking, and kind of interesting in this case, every time she got a cold, upper respiratory infection, massive deterioration, loss of focus, loss of responses, becomes even more aggressive. So they start her on inulin, fish oil and olive oil, and is starting to get some improvement, but these deteriorations are significant every time she gets cold. So I use this nasal steroid spray called fluticasone. In the US, the brand name is Flonase. And what it does is it doesn't prevent you from getting sick, but if you get sick and you start using it, it reduces the inflammation so this infected material can drain out. So your viral infection is only 1, 2, maybe 3 days symptoms instead of a week or 2, okay? And caused a marked reduction in all these aggressive problems with these colds, because he was getting colds quite a bit. Speech skill, receptive skills are improving, little to no aggression, has COVID in December 2023, basically deteriorates. And I saw her a few months after that, and we gave her 6 weeks of glutamine. And so, here we are, 3 years on the protocol. She's still using inulin, fish oil, olive oil. Aggression's greatly reduced. No more self-injuries. No more beating up on the sister. Speech is coming along, complex, starting to ask questions. Toe walking's gone. Can sit through her lessons at dinner time. Starting to read and do simple math. So she's starting to really come along now. And that's, once you get the dropping of the blood pressure improved enough, so that's where that would happen with the these colds and things, they can actually start sitting there and learning. I mean, they have horrible ADD, and it'll start to get better. 14-year-old male, started protocol about 2 years ago. He came to me, had never been on the protocol. Autistic, no speech, had gestures, points, can follow 1 or 2 steps command, minimal hyperactivity. Now, what's interesting here is I look at this, so he has no speech at all, but he could say 10 to 12 words clearly before he became autistic. And so, that part of the brain's wired. This is not apraxia holding him back here, okay? He was on Quillabri for some focus stuff, so we put on fish oil, olive oil, rifaximin. Gains are improving, comprehension, awareness, socialization. Speech is still babbling, so we're going to up the ante. So I go continuous rifaximin twice a day plus inulin twice a day, and then in there we gave him a 6-week course of glutamine for COVID, and then we even ended up adding 5 minutes of VNS per day. So this was all sequentially, okay? Gains are still not better. So we've added metformin. This was last summer. Now, metformin is used for insulin resistance, but it's been shown to substantially lessen leaky gut in some studies. And so we've had some good responses to this. This is still kind of on a research level with me. And so he's been on that for about a year. He's been able to taper off the Quillabri. He's learning to read. He can identify errors in his schoolwork even and correct them. He's socializing now with even unfamiliar kids. It's hard to play because his language is bad. But he's aware now he can say yes or no very clearly. And so what we're going to do is increase that metformin from 500 twice a day to 750, and the top end is 1,000 twice a day. And so I've had some kids where if the 500 twice a day didn't work, kind of as salvage therapy, the 750 or the 1,000 twice a day did. So that's where we're in the process of going through that. And then finally, I got a 49-year-old female. She came to me about 2 years ago at 47. Extreme fatigue, headaches, lightheaded. This had been building most of her life, but in 2021 she gets COVID, dramatically worsens everything to the point she's almost disabled. So fish oil, olive oil, continuous rifaximin, improving slowly. Added the VNS. This is helps a little bit. She's starting to have gains. Gets COVID again, December 2023, loses all the gains. And this is around the time, the fall of 2023 is when I'm learning that this glutamine is really important for people who've had symptoms after COVID. And when we gave her the 6 weeks of glutamine, it was like magic for her. And so Asar, she's been on it for 4 years now. Her rifaximin is only intermittent. She'll take 10 days when she has any GI symptoms return. She's still on her fish oil and olive oil and VNS, maybe 1 hour a day to keep her feeling, and she feels really good until 2 months ago. And then because she had a concussion, so her fatigue and headaches, lightheadedness had completely gone away until she gets this pretty significant concussion. But fortunately, it's been like 2 months. And she's already recovering. She says she's about 80% better already. And I fully expect her to get back to her healthy baseline. So again, that's all. These are pretty typical cases. I don't want to show just all the highlights. I want to show there's some problems here that we have and things how we are shifting. So everybody, take care of your kids, take care of yourselves, keep your inflammation as low as possible, and I'll see you next week.